everyone, it's Melinda with Tailored and Teal, a part-time reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. And today's What Sold video are sales from January 1st through January 15th of 2021. Well, Happy New Year and welcome to 2021. I'm going over my sales, and as always, we're going to start on Mercari. I actually had one sale, but it didn't come through until about a week into the year. So it was a Style & Co. new with tags, side tie teal top. It sold for $15. There was $2.24 in fees, giving me a profit of $12.76. And at the end of this video, I will go over all of my cost of goods, my fees, and everything. And I will give you a total for the 2 weeks in January. Moving on to Poshmark, where I was surprised as to how many sales I had. I had 14 sales. Just a note, we do have quite a few sales to get through on Poshmark and eBay, so I will be going through these relatively quickly. So my first two sales of the year were Coach items. The first one was a Coach black leather that was a trifold wallet. It had purple lining. It was in okay condition. It came from a Joe Mar wholesale lot of purses and bags, and it sold for $25. The next Coach item was a pair of Chrissy clear plastic flip-flops sandals. They came from a ThredUp rescue box and they sold for $19. Next, another pair of shoes from a ThredUp rescue box was a pair of Zara basic mustard yellow suede heeled sandals. These actually had a really good sell-through rate on Poshmark, at least where I checked. So I think I listed them for $25 and someone sent me an offer for $20, and I gladly accepted because they were a little bit of a smaller size 6.5. Next was a vintage Russ, R-U-S-S, green plaid pleated midi skirt. This had an elastic waist. It did have a few small holes in it. So because of that, I accepted an offer of $15. Next was Athleta gray basic Sonar capri crop exercise pants. These were in excellent condition and they sold for $24. Next was an interesting sale. So this was a puzzle that I purchased as a Christmas gift. While I wasn't able to give it for a Christmas gift, I was able to put it together with the person that I bought it for. It was a Las Vegas themed puzzle. It sold for $8, but the customer had contacted me on Facebook Marketplace. Then they sent me an offer on eBay, and then they found me on Poshmark. That might be the first time that that's ever happened. So we were chatting on Facebook Messenger and I told her the cheapest shipping is actually going to be Poshmark. So I canceled the eBay sale, deleted the listing from Facebook Marketplace, and I sent it out for $8 on Poshmark. Next is a 41 Hawthorne chambray button front sleeveless shirt dress. This sold for $19 and it was part of Closet Clear Out that I participated in and was thankfully successful. Next was an American Eagle favorite boyfriend stretch jeans in a size 2 short. These came in, I think, my first ever denim rescue box from ThredUp. So I've had them for about 2 years now. So I was very happy to accept an offer for $12. Next was a new with tags International Concepts black zipper skirt. This had total 90s, 2000s vibes to me, and it sold for $15. Next was a new without tags Free People Sweetheart chunky knit sweater. This sweater came out of the bulk liquidation lot that's in one of my recent videos, which I'll link up here for you. It was one of the reasons why I purchased the box. It sold in about a day for $35. Next, a pair of UGG purple Zamora wedge thong espadrille sandals sold for $26. These were from a ThredUp rescue box as well. Then we have a Sonics clear coat iPhone case in black pearl tortoise shell. It sold for $12 and this came from a ThredUp fun box. So see, you can make money from ThredUp rescue boxes. Next is a Reese Noir high wrap collar slimline wool jacket. This thing, I was sad did not go quicker. It had 41 likes on it. I kept dropping it down for Closet Clear Out. Nobody wanted to purchase it. A lot of the other sold comparable listings were in the hundreds, like 150, 125. So I priced mine accordingly at $125. It was in great condition, but no one wanted to bite. So I finally dropped it to $64, which was probably going to be my lowest price that I'd ever drop it to. And finally it did sell. Not for as much money, but I'm still making a good chunk of profit. And that was my last sale on Poshmark for those 2 weeks. So for those 14 sales, there was $308 in sales, $64.20 in fees. I did give out a few shipping discounts, $8.48 worth, giving me a profit of $235.32 with an average sales price of $22. All right, so next up on eBay, I had 29 sales. So I will be going through these relatively quickly. My first sale of 2021 on eBay was a cabbie short sleeve striped V-neck style sweater. This had no care tag, no fabric tag. It did have a size tag, thankfully. It was an older style cabbie, and I accepted a low offer of $7. But I've had it listed for over a year and a half, so I was perfectly fine with letting it go. Next was a vintage Bonkers clothing company red and glitter black velvet dress. This came out of a Jomar wholesale sweater weather vintage lot that I did not really care for. So it did sell for $10. And I did tell the customer that this thing sheds glitter everywhere. I tried to lint roll it as best as I could. However, I did get positive feedback, so I must have done an okay job. Next was a pair of Talbot's Petite stretch pink paisley retro looking pants. These were a size 8. I've had these listed for 2 years and they finally sold for $15. And we have a Free People Tuscan Dreams floral tie sleeve pullover tunic blouse. This sold for $25 and this was actually given to me by a coworker, so it was completely free. Then there was a Dolan black satin burnout V-neck twist front high-low t-shirt. This came in a reseller mystery box and it sold for $15. Next was a LuLaRoe Nicole Fit and Flare skater mini dress. It was a maroon and like green leaf print. Great condition, size large. It sold for $13. LuLaRoe still sells for me. It doesn't sell for a ton, but if you can get it cheap enough and it's a good fun print or a larger size, I would definitely pick it up. Next is a Nike Pro Dry Fit warm static half zip athletic jacket. It had thumb holes. It was a size small. This came from that same mystery box from a reseller and it sold for $18.39. And I was running a 20% off promotion through that first weekend in January. Next was a Vera Bradley retired print from 2008, Daisy Daisy. It was a medium-sized backpack, quilted. It did have some condition issues. This came from the Jomar bag and wallet lot, and it sold for $12.50. A New with Tags handmade expressions recycled plastic black and white tote bag. This came from a ThredUp rescue box, and it sold for $19.99. Next was a handmade African-American Raggedy Andy doll. It was signed by the artist and the name was Diona, D-I-O-N-A. It was from 1998. This was given to me for free and it sold for $11.99. Next was a Linda Allard Ellen Tracy collaboration button front retro brown printed blouse. This was kind of hard to explain. It was a size 6. I've had it listed for 2 years and I was happy to accept a $12 offer. Next was a really cool sale. So it was a pair of vintage Seafarer blue denim sailor style jeans. These were super, super small, but they had no size tag in them. So I estimated them to be about a size 0 or 00. And they did sell for $38.78, which was an offer that I sent the customer. And when I printed out their label, their name, it's not that it sounded familiar, but it sounded fancy, and they lived in Los Angeles. So I decided to do a little Googling, and I found out that she is actually a singer in a band that's pretty popular in Los Angeles. So I thought that that was really cool. I totally dig her style. Like everything that she wears is vintage-esque and like 1970s. So these pair of pants are going to a mini celebrity in California. And I know that we've all done this. Google places where people live, so it's okay. As long as you don't go like full stalker on them or anything. Next was a new with tags, Karen Scott navy blue collared shirt dress. This was in size 2X and it sold for $15. Then we had a Mad Catz Auto RF Switch PlayStation, Nintendo, Sega, Dreamcast. This was a device that you could plug all of those devices that I listed to, and it sold for $7.99. This was just something that we had laying around our house that we hadn't used in years and years and years. I could not test it because we didn't have any of those devices, so I just listed it as is, and thankfully the customer reached out to me and said that it does work and they appreciated it greatly. So off it went for $7.99. Next was a new without tags Chelsea 28 black wool cap sleeve sheath dress. This was a size 10. I did put career in the title and it sold for $35. Another dress going out. This was a fancy dress. It was a new with tags, Jessica Howard floral ruffle peplum waist scuba knit purple dress. Would be perfect for like springtime or Easter, and it sold for $16. Next was an AG Adriano Goldschmied, the Angel bootcut jeans, size 28, but I think that they were a little bit worn in, so they might have run a little bit larger. I did note that, and they sold for $14.50. Next was a Ralph Lauren black and white striped ruffle blouse. It sold for $12. Next is a beach lunch lounge linen blend blue and white gingham button front shirt with fringe on the bottom. It sold for $15 and I purchased this from ThredUp's outlet center. Then we have an Anthropologie left of center deep purple plum ruffle burnout blouse size medium. This sold for $16. Then there was a Life is Good orange beach sunset hooded long sleeve t-shirt. This looked super, super comfortable. It did have a few small flaws to it, but I did just recently pick it up at a thrift store and it sold for $13.99. Then there was a Lee Premium Select Denim Carpenter Jeans for little boys, size 3T. They did have some wear on them. They came from a ThredUp denim box and they sold for $4.75. Next was a Uniqlo Pure Wool Chocolate Brown Lightweight V-neck sweater. This did have one tiny, tiny hole in the shoulder. I did notate that and it still sold for $15.29. Then we have a Garnet Hill casual sleeveless dress with pockets. This had a cool geometric blue and white pattern to it. It was made of tencel, size large, and it sold for $18. Next was a new with tags Style & Co. high-rise tummy control jeans. These were a size 18W and they sold for $16.30. Next we have a pair of Steve Madden metallic antique gold or brass Oxford lace-up shoes. They were a size 7.5. And I did note in the listing that the backs of them, one of the heel length was like shorter than the other one. I'm not really sure how that happened because they were the exact same shoe, same size, same everything. So I'll put a picture up here as to what I'm talking about. But they still sold and they actually went to Puerto Rico and they sold for $17. Another Coach item that sold, this was the corner zip small wristlet or wallet in the Forest Bud silver, and I also put the style name in there just in case. It did have some condition issues, like the zipper area, it was dirty, and also what looked like highlighter marks on the outside, and so I did accept an offer of $15. Two more sales. We have Calia by Carrie Underwood gray double layer tank top, size small. This may look familiar to you because I sold it once before a few months ago and it sold again. It sold for $16.50 and I hope that it stays in its new home and they enjoy it. And then the last sale for the January 1st through 15th was a pair of Gymboree girls floral embroidered medium wash jeans size, I put size 6, but they're actually size 9. So hopefully the customer read the description and I did put the right size in the details. So hopefully they read that correctly. And they sold for $8.50. So for my 29 eBay sales, we had $455.44 in sales, $86.41 in fees, giving me a total of $369.03 and an average sales price of $15.70. And now for my total numbers. We had $778.44 in sales, $161.33 in fees and shipping discounts on Poshmark. My cost of goods was $182.99, giving me a net profit of $434.12, which is right on track for what a normal month should be for me. And also my cost of goods per item sold was around $4.16. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I greatly appreciate you clicking on it and watching it. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I put out these types of videos every 2 weeks. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.